Hello, beautiful people. How are you guys doing? I'm so sorry I've been away for quite some time. I've been very busy with some exams here and there, but hopefully, and very hopefully, I should be done with all that at the end of the month and I should be having a lot of stories. I should be more consistent by then. So, once again, my sincere apologies to every one of you, okay? But there's a story that came out today that I feel I have to bring into your doorstep, and it's a very sweet one, by my own estimation. Okay. So the story we are hearing at this time, allegedly, is that Dr. Elizabeth Jackrich and Diola have celebrated Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi's reunion that happened some time ago in Akure and have consequently called for more children from our own dear Queen Naomi. Yes, so you heard me well. You heard me so well, okay? So this is what is coming out at this time. And it is said that following the fanfare that happened in Akure the other time, and that's few days ago, I'm sure you guys, have seen the pictures and the videos, a lot of them, okay? So they say following that fanfare and that ecstasy that greeted the famous Akure reunion, a lot of Queen Naomi and Ooni of Ife's palace followers have continued to express their happiness and prayers for continuous strengthening of the union, and total restoration as well. I'm sure you know what they're talking about. So a lot of people have been very happy since that time. Those pictures, became very viral, and they are saying and praying at the same time for the strengthening of that union and for the total restoration. The difference here is that Dr. Elizabeth and Diola, both of them being daughters of Kabiesi, one being a biological daughter and the other one being the adopted daughter. The difference is that both of them are saying, they are happy and they are urging Queen Naomi, to go ahead and give Tadenika more siblings. Okay? Okay, so, however, this time it is rumored uh, uh, that Ooni of Ife's first daughter, being Diola now, and Elizabeth Jackrich, both of them have really applauded Kabiyesi and Queen Naomi for putting aside their big egos and pleasantly surprising all of us with that Akure reunion. Okay, I think they too that reunion. Was a very pleasant surprise to every one of us, including them. Okay, even though they must have known that talks have been ongoing, but never knew it was going to climax to that beautiful pictures and videos that emanated from Akure some few days ago. You all will recall that both daughter, that is the biological daughter now, Diola, and the adopted daughter, Elizabeth Blackridge, have always been pro Naomi apologists, okay? Especially Diola, who sees Queen Naomi as a great friend, and a big sister. She's said to be very close to both Queen Naomi and her little brother, Tadeni Kawo, who she literally adores. I'm sure you guys know this. Okay? All through the trying and tumultuous times, Diola was said to have always stood firm with Queen Naomi. Honestly, I can attest to this. Offering, to always spend quality time with Queen Naomi in Akure and even at the royal mansion on plethora of occasions. In return, Queen Naomi treats Diola like her own younger sibling and a big daughter as well. As for our own dear Prince Tadenikao, he loves her so dearly, and their bond is said to be an interesting one. Yeah. What do you expect, anyway, between a first daughter and a first son? Don't forget that Diola is the first daughter, or rather, is the first child of our dear KBAC, the first child, and also the first daughter. And the collabo between the first daughter and the first son, of course, that should ignite beautiful, positive energies every time they are together. Okay, so on the part of Elizabeth Jacqueline, the adopted daughter of Kabiesi, is said to be is said to have a very wonderful bond with Queen Naomi and have always been there for Queen Naomi during the good, the bad, and even the ugly times. Yes, I can attest to this as well. Okay, she has always been a very great support base. Leveraging on her closeness to her adopted father, the Kabiesi, to intervene on multiple occasions. When things were not too good between the two lovebirds in the past. A lot of people have even insinuated that that oil well, that was gifted to Queen Naomi by Kabiesi some time ago, was actually brokered by Elizabeth Jackrich and her husband. Her husband is said to be a big player in the downstream and upstream oil and gas sector. And for those of us who are familiar with this sector, you guys will know that Jackrich is actually a very, very big name, okay? And he was one time presidential aspirant, I think, if I'm not mistaken, under the platform of the APC. I think at some stage, if my memory serves me right, I think at some stage he was one of those who stepped down for our president, Bola Tinubu, okay? So, yes. I think that should be the correct thing. I think he stepped down at that time. Okay, so it's very heartwarming that these two special people, to Ooni of Ife, I mean, the two daughters now, Diola and Jackrich Elizabeth. It is very interesting that these two are the ones making this clamor for Queen Naomi, to I mean, give us more, give Tadenika more siblings, so that Tadenika, even though we know that he has Diola big cyst, he has Ade Mamiwa or something. Sorry if I didn't pronounce that name well, and the twins from Toby, the prince from Ashley, and I mean there are other siblings here and there, but we are talking about his own direct siblings from Queen Naomi. So I'm very happy that two of the people who are extremely, close to KBAC are the ones making this clamor at this time. So this to me is an indication that truly the much talked about reunion has come to stay. For those of you who still doubt, cast some shadow of doubt on this reunion, from this thing, this move, this clamor from these two people, I think this will lay to rest some of those doubting this whole thing. Okay, and that is if this story we are given at this time is true. So it was further alleged that KBC, a daughter Diola, is of the belief that Queen Naomi, is tailor made for her father. Don't forget that during at the peak of that crisis, there was a time that Diola came out to say, he feels like the father was not doing well mentally or health wise because of the pains he was secretly, harboring over Queen Naomi's debacle. And at that time, she was one of those who suggested to the dad that, he should put everything aside and reconcile with Queen Naomi so that he can get that beautiful ambience of happiness that he was once known for. And come to think of it, those of you who watched those videos and those clips of that reunion that happened in Akure the other time, if you see the way Ooni of Ife was smiling, the way he was stealing glances at Queen Naomi, who was seated like 4, 5, 6 seats away from him, you will understand that these two people have come a long way, and the love they share is so strong and unbreakable that a lot of you may not even understand what is in it. But I can attest to the fact that I've never seen Ooni of Ife with that sort of innocent, pure, smile that he was saying, with that day. It was something exceptionally beautiful, something different from what we know. He was just in another level, on another level that day. And I think this is why the adopted daughter, Elizabeth Jackrich, and the daughter, Diola, both of them are happy that this reunion has happened and they are not stopping there. That is why they are saying they want Queen Naomi, to quickly settle down and begin to give Tadinikao, more siblings. Of course, the boy is like 4 years now, if I'm not mistaken. So he does deserve, to have siblings around him. And I'm happy that in the days ahead, we're going to see this reunion, get strengthened and get emboldened and get more sophisticated, as we all want. Okay, so this is the story that is coming out at this time, and I mean, I feel so happy, hearing it. And like I said, if this story is actually true, then this is one of the best stories that we've heard recently, and it can always be better. Okay, so this is what we heard at this time, and I feel I have to bring it down to your doorstep despite my busy schedule. Okay, so I'll be back again. God bless you, and I do enjoy the rest of the day. Bye bye.